There are so many types of resources that you will absolutely need to succeed. In this video, I'll show you how to easily farm for all of the most important resources in the game. Enjoy swimming in millions of coal, cinder shards, and even iridium ore. You're gonna need wood, a lot of wood. Fortunately, wood is easy to get. Just chop down trees on your farm and around the world. Never throw or sell tree seeds. Plant them, let them grow, and continue chopping down those trees. If you're low on space, grow tons of trees in the desert and just absolutely never run out of wood. Don't forget that in the first year, wood is much cheaper at Robin. Take advantage of that. You're going to need as much stone as wood. Actually, you'll need more, since stone is required to craft crystallariums. Anyway, just use bombs in the mines. You'll clear rocks easier, find ladders easier, and most importantly, you will get tons of stone automatically over time. Stone isn't something you'll necessarily farm. Go to the mines often and you'll have tons of stone. Now, in the late game, you can duplicate jades using crystallariums. Trade in those jades for staircases at the desert trader, and then deconstruct those staircases. Each staircase will get you a very solid 99 stone. Moss is a strange new resource. You won't need much of the stuff, however you will need 300 just for the Statue of Blessing. Or if you enjoy using mushroom logs. Unfortunately, the easiest way to get moss is by waiting for green rain. Drinking coffee and absolutely decimating every weed and tree you see across the entire valley. This will be the best time to get moss, and you can get hundreds during a single green rain event. Otherwise, just hit trees that are covered in moss whenever you pass one. Mushroom logs also require hardwood to craft. You also need hardwood for the raccoon, your house, and the boat. You really are going to need a boatload of hardwood. So how do we get the stuff? The most reliable way is to head to the secret woods every single day for 12 hardwood. If you pick the forest farm, you will find another 16 hardwood trees every single day. If you don't have the forest farm, then grow some mahogany trees. You can get the seeds by defeating slimes at the secret woods. Hardwood is a slow journey for everyone except for those forest farm players. You will underestimate just how much fiber you will need in this game. 1000 fiber for the Statue of Blessing, and you'll need tons of fiber if you want to craft deluxe retaining soil. Fiber is annoying to craft. You will get quite a bit of the stuff during the green rain event. However, if you need a lot, ensure that you complete the community cleanup quest for Linus to get fiber seeds. These can grow in any season and will give you tons of fiber. Do not underestimate these little fake crops. If you're in the late game, grab seed makers from Pierre and deconstruct those for 10 fiber apiece. Easy. Refined quartz are required for garden pots. Most players won't craft these, but many will. Let's get refined quartz the easy way. Running through the mines and hoping you find them isn't gonna cut it. Just get a couple fire quartz and duplicate these using crystallariums. They duplicate relatively quickly, then drop these into a furnace. Each fire quartz will net you 3 refined quartz. Yeah, it's quite easy if you know the secrets of the valley. Battery packs are more important than you may know. If you want iridium sprinklers and crystallariums, then you're gonna need tons of these. Unfortunately, the best way to farm for these is by just being prepared. Craft tons of lightning rods and drop them all on your farm. It'll look ugly, it'll be a mess, but you'll get plenty of battery packs once summer hits. If you're later into the game, just drop a bunch of solar panels in the desert and grab some battery packs every 7 days, guaranteed. Clays are a horrible, annoying resource that we need every now and then. It really does suck that we need clay for garden pots. The best way to get clay is by hitting these clay rocks at the dig site. Besides for that, I guess hoe every artifact spot you see and hoe in the regular mines. Nothing is truly reliable. Best of luck out there. Copper is really important because copper bars are required to craft kegs. If you know Stardew Valley at all, you know you need about 1000 kegs by sundown or you have failed. Anyway, the best way to get copper is by heading into floor 10, jumping to floor 11 and hitting the copper nodes. Then leave the mines and repeat. Just repeat these early floors and you'll swim in copper. Iron ore is even more important. Bee houses and explosive ammo, crucial items for your success. Iron ore is slightly easier to farm. Just head into floor 40, immediately go to floor 41 and harvest all of the iron nodes. There will usually be tons of nodes here. You really won't have any issues finding iron. It's the easiest ore to get in my opinion. Gold ore also required for crystallariums, iridium sprinklers, and all kinds of incredible things. You need gold Fortunately, finding gold is relatively simple. Head to floor 80 in the regular mines, hop into floor 81 and collect all of the gold your heart desires. You also often find large concentrations of gold nodes in the skull cavern. Bombs are your best friend here. Unfortunately, coal is somehow the most important resource in the game. You can't turn any ore into bars without coal. Plus, you need 8 pieces of coal to craft a single bee house. Yikes. Anyway, the best way to get coal is to drink up some monster musk, wear burglaring, and destroy dust sprites in the regular mines. Head to floor 40 and work your way down to floor 50. It's tedious, but this is the best way to get coal in the game. You might find a couple coal nodes at the quarry, but that isn't something I really rely on for coal. Geodes are important for various reasons. The biggest reason is simply for artifacts for the museum. And hey, you also get a chance to find a prismatic shard, so yeah, get geodes and crack them open. There are 2 ways to absolutely swim in Omni geodes. First, get monster musk, a burglaring, and head to floor 35 in the dangerous version of the mines. You'll find these carbon ghosts. Each of these has a 100% chance to give you 2 Omni geodes. Secondly, you can enchant your hoe with the generous enchantment. Use an artifact trove at the dig site and then just swim. Just absolutely swim in Omni geodes. I mean, look at this, it's wild. Bone fragments have a couple uses. The best use obviously is to craft hyper speed grow. An absolute must if you plan to grow sweet gem berries. Well, how do you get the stuff? Well, you'll often find these bone rocks at the dig site. This is not bad, but not that reliable. Unfortunately, the best way to get bone fragments is again with monster musk, the burglaring, and destroying skeletons in the regular mines. You will find skeletons between floors 60 and 80. At least these enemies are super easy to decimate. Ancient fruit is most definitely one of the best crops in the entire game. We are talking about a crop that grows for 3 entire seasons, regrows every 7 days, and then turns into wine which will sell for a ridiculous 2,300 gold per serving. So how do we get our first seed? There are 2 guaranteed methods. First, dive into the regular mines, head to floor 15 and defeat bugs. Each bug has a tiny chance to give you an ancient fruit seed. Defeating many bugs will almost guarantee you an ancient fruit seed. The other method is slightly easier. Grow tons of crops like blueberries or cranberries. Drop all of these crops into seed makers. Eventually you will get an ancient fruit seed. This method has never failed me. Iridium ore is crucial to move from the early game to the mid game. You're going to need tons of the stuff, and to be honest with you, it's super easy to swim in the stuff. I usually end up with so much iridium ore that I start selling it for 1,500 gold a bar. Anyway, the best way to get iridium ore is to get deep in the mines using either staircases, slingshots, or bombs. Go on good luck days and watch my dedicated iridium ore farming video. Prismatic shards are found in the exact same way that iridium ore is found. Each iridium node has a 3.5% chance to give you a prismatic shard. So make sure you go watch that iridium ore video. It's in your best interest. Go watch it right now. Radioactive ore has basically no use. A radioactive bar, however, does sell for 4,500 gold each. This gives us a reason to farm for radioactive ore. It'll make you rich after all. Fortunately, it is super easy to get the stuff. You have to wait for the best possible luck day and then maximize all of your luck buffs that you can. Then enter floor 1 in the dangerous version of the mines. Get the radioactive ore, leave and repeat. This is the best method. It's the most reliable. Best of luck with your radioactive farming adventures. Cinder shards are crucial. Without cinder shards, how are you expected to fully enchant all of your tools and weapons? You need cinder shards. So how do you get them? First, I would recommend that you dive into the volcano and hit every single cinder shard node that you see. Not much you can control here. Now use a burglar ring and monster musk and again head into the volcano. Monster musk only increases the amount of magma sprites in the volcano. It doesn't impact the other enemies. This is good for us. They're the enemies that drop cinder shards after all. So defeat every single one of these horribly annoying enemies to swim in cinder shards. Now you know how to farm for the most important things in the game. Check out this video to avoid falling for the most common misconceptions in Stardew Valley. Thanks for watching, but for now, I will see you in the next video.